We are living in unprecedented times as Christians enter this Holy Week, the pinnacle of the Easter season. Just to give you a glimpse of the irony, there's a church in Italy called St. Mary of Health that was actually built to mark the end of the plague in 1630 that took a large population of its city with it. Of course, it's now closed due to the coronavirus. I'm starting to feel like this is the lentiest Lent of all Lents. Is it a coincidence, though, that this is happening now? Did you know that quarantine means 40 days? Did you know that Lent lasts 40 days? And did you know that the first case of death of coronavirus in the United States happened 3 days after Ash Wednesday, the start of Lent? Once the Catholic diocese started closing their doors, there seemed to be two factions within the church. Those who felt that the decision of the bishops was prudent and wise, and those who felt that the church made a mistake deeming itself non-essential. I spoke with Dr. Michael Pakaluk, a professor of ethics and philosophy at Catholic University America, about this earlier. He offered great insight on the current predicament of the church.
None of us thinks the grocery store should close, right?
Yeah.
And none of us thinks that hospitals should close. But if you think about what are the two great analogs for the main sacraments that we receive regularly, communion and confession, and then also throw in baptism, which is an entry into new life. And nobody thinks maternity wards should close, right?
Yeah.
So everybody thinks that when it comes to natural life, we have to continue supplying nourishment for it. We have to continue providing remedies for illnesses. We have to continue providing opportunities for birth. But supernatural life, which is much more important and much more essential, we don't approach it in the same way. We don't say that this is essential and we have to find some way of making this work. And we don't make the appropriate demands on civil authorities that religious freedom actually requires them.
Dr. Pakaluk said it's still important for the Catholic Church to try to provide sacraments for the faithful, especially during Holy Week.
That's kind of a mark of love. Like people, when they're in love, if they can't be together in person, then they want to be as close to those. They make a phone call, they do a video call, or you have to be looking for the best substitute. And if you're not doing that, you're not really serious about the object of your love. And
when asked about what societal changes he sees coming after all this,
looking back at some of the Holy Father's criticisms of modern society and the Laudato Si', I think they're actually kind of prophetic in connection with what's going on now. That we've been very busy. People have been rushing around. They're kind of constantly on the hustle. No, admittedly, there are a lot of people who are kind of, in our country, middle class, and in other countries, relatively poor, who are living hand to mouth, and they have to, hustle on the streets and make their daily wage. I understand that. But our society and Europe is really relatively prosperous, and we keep hustling to increase the GDP, continuing to grow, continuing to make things develop. And, maybe we need to pause a little bit more, cut back just a little bit, and make time for things like family life and prayer.
Dr. Pakaluk feels that this pandemic has the opportunity to provide clarity for people. I know it's making things clearer for me. Who knows? We actually might start to see a prioritization of interior life to family life and family life to public life, as he put it. For MRC-TV, I'm Jessica Kramer. Thanks for watching.